Hello guys, and welcome to the next edition of the Google Partners Elevenses. Today we're going to be talking about bumper ads, so that magical 6-second video ad. My name is Owen. I work as an account strategist for the Google Marketing Solutions team, and I'm joined today by the wonderful Roxanne.
Hi, I do exactly what he does.
But just slightly better. Cool, so what we're going to be talking about today is the video revolution and also bumper ads. So basically jumping into how online video has grown over time, how YouTube compares to the competition in the market, and how, more importantly, we can help grow your brand today. We're going to have a look at what bumper ads are and what kind of strategies you can put in place to make them work. So in terms of the video revolution, this kind of makes it seem like it's something that's only starting. For me, it's fully in progress. And two words that kind of make this stand out are carpool and karaoke. So Roxanne, what was your favorite one?
Adele.
Adele,
definitely.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the Jason Derulo one myself.
Each to their own.
Fair. Cool. So in terms of putting that in a little bit more context, we need to look at the actual digital revolution itself.
So yeah, I guess one thing that's really important when we talk about what allows brands to grow or adapt, one thing that's very important is keeping up with the shifts in consumer behavior. So if we look at this image here, this would have been a very common scene 40 or 50 years ago. The entire family crowded around a TV screen, all of their attention fixed in one point, versus the kind of shift in human behavior that we've seen now, which looks a little bit more like this. The entire family on a couch, but everybody paying attention to their own individual devices, doing their own thing, their attention very much not in the one place. So for brands to keep up and grow in the digital era, they need to think about this shift and how they're accommodating for it.
Absolutely. And it looks like families no longer wear socks either.
Also true.
So to put that in a little bit more context in terms of the video side of things and how it's growing, I want you to just imagine the room you're in now and just kind of take note of the space around you. Now imagine 90% of that space has just been taken up by tons of balls from a ball pit. So why am I asking you to kind of imagine this? Well, by 2020, 90% of the internet's bandwidth will be made up of video, according to Cisco. So it's definitely a trend that's coming, and you need to be kind of getting on it now to make the most of the trend for your business.
So with that, then, we see just how important video is for digital in general. We need to think about where the videos actually are. YouTube is obviously at the heart of the video revolution. And if you just remember two key stats about YouTube today, it's that we have access to 1 billion users, and it is the second largest search engine globally. It is a search engine where users go to discover new things and new content. So when we look at video being so important in the digital revolution and YouTube being so important for video, every business needs to be aware of it and how they can use it to help their brand grow.
Absolutely. And 1 billion is a figure that kind of stands out in YouTube stats across the board. So for example, we recently reached 1 billion hours of viewing time a day. So just to kind of put that in context as well, if you went back 1 billion hours from right now, you would be back in the Stone Age making your tools in your cave. So yeah, just way back. And
that represents 1 day of viewing time. Yeah. Okay, so obviously when we're talking about how important video is and how you might use video to grow a brand. Obviously, you need reach to actually execute on that growth. So we wanted to do a bit of a comparison on YouTube's reach versus some other video platforms. Facebook, 78% reach, Twitter, 41, Instagram, 37. Even combining Twitter and Instagram, you don't collectively have as much reach as we have on YouTube. So it's 82% reach of the UK digital population that you can access and target on the YouTube platform.
And reach is just one of the kind of key strands that we kind of would push more than other areas. So for example, within that reach aspect, we'll also have view time. So particularly for millennials, so that 18 to 34-year-old demographic, we want to check and see like how much watch time are they actually tuning into each day. So just to have a look there, we have 7 minutes for Facebook, but each day millennials are looking at 45 minutes of YouTube per day. And as Roxanne said, it's a place where people come to look at things that they're interested in. So that idea of YouTube just being for cat videos is like definitely in the past.
Carpool karaoke.
Absolutely. So much Adele. But yeah, that idea of we have superior watch time and superior reach. And just to kind of follow through on that example, we also have viewability and audibility. So as I'm kind of speaking to you now, on the screen, you'll be looking at the kind of the two ads side by side. So which one are you kind of naturally more drawn to? So it's going to be on the one on the left because you just have more kind of share of screen. And in this case, we don't even have the audio playing. So for your ad, you'll also have that too. So whereas before we had reach and view time, we now have kind of attention as well, bringing it back to Roxanne's digital innovations in the family home.
Okay, so going back to the marketing funnel that obviously everybody is way too familiar with, and talking about how brands grow and what you need to focus on. Obviously, you know, what's going to move the bottom line for any business is capturing demand, getting people to buy. And while search and display are very good at identifying users who are kind of putting their hand up and saying, I need this, I want this, and then responding to that, that pool of users is always going to be limited, people who are actually in market for something at a given time. What ultimately helps a brand grow is acquiring net new customers. And in order to have that demand available for you to capture, you need to create it. So you need to start thinking about what tools you can use to drive brand awareness or consideration to create that demand that you can then use your lower funnel tactics to capture to achieve that long-term growth.
Absolutely. And as we're going to be talking about today, YouTube is the key solution for driving that awareness and finding new customers. But what's really interesting as of late is that all of this audience data that you'll be learning throughout the funnel, you can now link from YouTube directly back to search. So you'll be able to create YouTube remarketing lists that you can then apply on your AdWords search campaigns. So again, we're bringing in that full funnel marketing solution to basically expand your reach and growth.
Okay, the moment you've all been waiting for, actually talking about bumper ads. So yeah, we'll give you a bit of an intro.
Awesome. So just to kick off, we have a bit of an example of what one looks like. So this is from the movie Sing. So as we are in a live stream and we will be kind of streaming a video within a video, this may not be the smoothest stream you've ever seen. So what we've done is if you put in the ads that are snackable YouTube advertisers into the world's second largest search engine, you'll get 6 or 7 examples of really, really creative video ads that have been made as bumper ads. So just have a look. So we'll have a quick play here. Hopefully the stream isn't nice yet. So as you can see in the background, this guy is singing Lady Gaga, and it's a pretty funny clip. But the idea is to just create a teaser for before the film comes out. And there was 4 or 5 of these, so they had some sequencing going on, which was really nice in the background as well. But just an idea that you can go to the link below, and you'll have lots of creative ideas too.
And I think what's important about that is kind of thinking about how much time do you actually need to deliver a message, because we all probably are used to those TV commercials that are 30 seconds long, but really you can be quite succinct and quite clear and get a message across in a much shorter period of time, which is what we've just seen with that example of a 6-second bumper ad. So to give you a little bit more detail on bumper ads, they have been designed with mobile in mind for the mobile first world. So actually in the UK, it's more than 70% of YouTube video views are on mobile phones. So any advertiser who's using video needs to think about how they can appeal to consumers who are using mobile phones. Bumper ads were designed to appeal to those consumers. They're only 6 seconds, so they're brief and impactful to capture that modern limited attention span. So I know we looked at that image earlier on where you can see family looking at the TV screen versus nowadays everyone doing their own thing on devices. Another one of those big shifts is that in the past, reach was a hard thing to achieve, but attention was there. Now attention isn't really there and reach isn't actually as difficult. So with the 6-second ads, them being more snackable, kind of these bite-sized short pieces of content, you can engage users, get a message across, but still appeal to their very limited attention span.
Absolutely.
Other key stats is that they're 93% viewable, so you know your ads are actually going to be seen, and they're 95% audible, so your message is actually going to be heard.
Cool. So who are bumper ads for? Essentially, anyone that's looking to drive brand impact, who's looking to get a massive reach, and who's looking to kind of make the most of that 70% of mobile viewing. So in terms of brand impact, you basically want to be kind of delivering impact at the top funnel so that we can filter down and kind of create that demand and awareness to basically end up as an action, a purchase, a sale, a store visit. You also have that massive reach. And the key thing here is that it's a really efficient CPM. So one of the main success stories we've seen from bumper ads so far is that people are really happy with the kind of CPMs coming out. So again, a super positive note on that.
Yeah, of YouTube video formats, bumper ads are the lowest CPM. So it's kind of anybody who maybe hasn't done so much video before, it could be a good introduction to them to trial it and know that it's going to be cost effective, but still useful for getting the reach that you want.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, bumper ads, they can be used as a standalone format. You could just run your 6-second pieces on their own, or you could use them at different stages in a campaign or weave them in as part of a larger marketing strategy. So a couple of different ways you might use them might be for like a teaser. So say it was a film, as we had the Sing example from earlier, you might, before the film is actually released, you might kind of give your 6-second teaser to let people know that the film is coming, versus when the film is available, you might show them the longer form content that's kind of like a more full version of the trailer, but you could always amplify it with the 6-second bumper ad just to keep the reach going, and make sure that if someone's watching the shorter version, they're more likely then to engage with the longer version if they do see it. And then following that, you could look to always echo. So you could build remarketing lists of people who are watching your longer form content and then deliver them a subsequent message afterwards. So it could be the film is now in cinema. So anyone who's watched the full trailer, you might follow up with a reminder that, oh, go to the cinema, go see that film now.
Absolutely. And one of the kind of key takeaways from these kind of 3 strategies is it's not like a set you have to do tease, amplify, echo. You can mix and match them, whatever your kind of goal is. So for example, if we look at an industry example, so retail. So if you think you're going to be doing your planning around now for Black Friday, so you're going to maybe want to tease with some promotions to kind of get people thinking before that like really big push from all other advertisers comes in, that you guys are top of mind for them and that they know that coming up there will be kind of an awesome sale or a really good offer. Then around the time of Black Friday itself, you want to kind of focus on maybe one of the products or one of the trend spotlights with your longer form content and then boosting that up during the week to kind of let them know that these are the deals that you have on and the best place to kind of get them. Finally, you might have just after Black Friday and between Cyber Monday, you might have a countdown to kind of let maybe someone that's watched the ad but hasn't purchased to kind of remind them that they've only a couple of days left to basically snag these deals. And bringing it back to that kind of full funnel, we'll have all of this data built up from your kind of planning phase at tease to all the way through to echo that you can then use again next year. So again, like a really, really good learning cycle with the bumper ads kind of being one of the main core elements of your strategy going forward. And as Roxanne was saying, this can work for many different industries. So for example, with the film, you'll have your teaser trailer, maybe your kind of spotlight on the cast, and then your echo could be a review for when the film is kind of already in cinemas, but you want to keep people going. Really, really flexible strategy across industries. And yeah, if you get your Google rep involved nice and early, we can help you in terms of the planning side of things. But one thing that can be a little bit of a snag in terms of the planning is, what if I only have like a 30-second video that I use on TV?
What if, Owen? Well, we at Google actually have a sales animation team, which you can ask your Google rep about, to help you crop existing videos that you have. So say you want to try bumper ads, but you haven't specifically shot anything in a 6-second format, talk to your Google rep, get them to liaise with the sales animation team to actually cut that down into a shortened version that's suitable to run as bumper format. So we can do that. It's a free service at Google.
Absolutely. But Roxanne, what if I don't have video content? What if I have some awesome display images that I've been running and they're working pretty well? What happens then?
Don't worry, Owen. We've got you back. So we can actually, the sales animation team, as well as being able to cut videos, they can use static assets and animate them for you, again, to make them suitable for use as bumper content.
Sweet. Cupcake one. Next up, we have like, how are they effective? So in terms of measurement, what can you expect? So in a study of over 300 bumper ad campaigns, 9 out of 10 of them drove significant lift in ad recall, and then 7 out of 10 drove a significant lift in brand awareness. So 2 key metrics to your overall marketing funnel in a kind of a traditional area where measurement is typically difficult, where we're giving you the ability and the kind of the power to go back to your CMOs and say, look, that activity we ran was really, really impactful. Let's look and see if we can do some more.
And actually, just to go back for a second and be really annoying, when we tie this into actually helping a brand grow and we consider the marketing funnel and we're saying, right, you might already be capturing demand, but what you want to be doing at this stage is creating it. We talked earlier about how in order to do that, you have to think about driving brand awareness and consideration. So when we look at these, knowing that 70% of the time when bumper ads are used, we're seeing a significant lift in brand awareness. That's the first step to actually starting to create demand that you're then going to capture. So just to kind of tie it all together.
Absolutely.
What's also really good about bumper ads is it doesn't take many, many impressions to start seeing this lift, this brand lift. We see significant ad recall lift from just one exposure on average, but frequency obviously is a driver of brand lift itself. So the more frequency we see, the higher the impact there is, but you can still achieve it even with just one impression. If say like absolute reach is your ultimate goal, they will still be impactful even with just one impression.
100%. Cool. So as well as just the kind of overall reach, we want to kind of deep dive into like what the type of reach is. So if you look at you're running TrueView alone, if you want to kind of amplify it with the bumper ads. So for example, we've looked over 400 campaigns that leverage both TrueView and bumpers, and the bumpers helped increase the unique reach of TrueView campaigns by 78% on average. So unbelievable stat there to help you if your goal, as Roxanne was saying, to get as much reach as possible. Bumper ads are such a good helper along that in combination with the low CPM. It's a surefire way to get some more reach.
So that's also a good example. Like say if you're already using TrueView, but you've got a goal where you want to increase reach, it would be a good time to reach out to your Google rep and see if they can help you cut that existing TrueView ad down into a 6-second ad by using the sales animation team. And you could like ramp up your reach basically straight away.
Cool. So we're going to try and wrap up in the bumper ad format of 6 seconds. So I'm going to count Roxanne down.
Oh God.
Ready? Go.
Okay. So why you'd use bumper ads would be to be visible during the video revolution to win on mobile. It's massive reach, low CPM, and it allows you to move those consumer sentiment metrics that matter. Is that
Absolutely.
6 seconds?
Just thereabouts.
Yeah, it's fine.
When you go through the creative examples on the link from earlier, you'll actually see that you can fit quite a lot into 6 seconds, and there's some really, really cool creatives to go along with that. If you have any more questions, do reach out to your Google reps and let us know. Really, really awesome solution, and we look forward to hearing from you. But for today, that's all, and thanks for watching.
Okay. Bye.